Okay folks, here we are, Damrell's Motorcycles, Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha dealer in the deepest, darkest Cornwall, and as requested by a few of the people, we're going to take out the Forza 750 and give you a little ride on it, because last time we did a review on this, we actually didn't do the ride part of the review because we had to do 6 bikes in a day and it was manic. And as we're, after the lockdown, so we're just trying to get a few bike reviews in for you. But here we go. The Forza 750. It's got the same engine in it as the NC 750. It's just a bit longer, but it's a scooter, as we've already discussed. So all the bits and pieces that we spoke about are on the other video, where the two bikes we combined. But it's a lovely little bike. I really enjoy riding this. Don't know why we bother with these big things. Let's just get scooters. Everyone else seems to ride them. Get on with them. Nice looking bike. I love this little the matte paint on it. Chain driven. It's exactly the same as the NC 750. I think. Just a bit longer. It's got huge capacity to carry stuff. And it's just really nice to ride. Look at that. I just put the handbrake on. Right. So what we're going to do. We're going to go out for a little ride. Mr. Steve, who is Damrell's, has just had to fill the bike up for us because I drove it about 50 metres and suddenly it died on us. But look at this, handbrake, look at that, amazing. Right, push the button, look at the screen. Now that's a really nice screen, isn't it? We've already been through this. Just going to give it a start. Okay, going to put it into drive. You can see the lights on the camera in front, or the window in front. Just going to roll back. Now I'm grinning like an idiot. Now in the Navy you'd say you were grinning like a 3-badge rock ape. And that's because I love these scooters. I really do like it. I honestly don't know why I bought a blooming bike. A motorbike, a traditional type motorbike. So I've got brakes, front and rear, both sides here. And off we go. So it's not a CVT bike, it's a geared automatic DCT. It's got the same DCT as that Honda uses. It flicks up through it really nicely. So it's telling me it can't find the key. That's because the key's in the glove box, which is really strange. Cracking mirrors on them. Put that down. It's really comfortable, really comfortable. So nice riding position. You need, it's like you sat on a little stool, little chair. The seat is very, very comfortable. It supports your coccyx. Toby likes to talk about how it cups his buttocks, which is a bit odd, but it does. So the seat is comfortable, nice and big. You can move around on it if you're a bit shorter legged than some other people. So the strange thing about a scooter is trying to get used to, obviously your braking. You haven't got gears to worry about. It just does it all for you. So smooth. And the thing I like about this scooter is it's just all in the right place. All the stuff is very, very well balanced. So I'm almost stationary before you think about even putting your feet down. Toby's getting away from me. The gear change, you don't even know it's doing it. It doesn't. I'm in third gear now. It doesn't tell you. You don't feel like it's gone chunk, chunk, chunk up through the gears. I'm in fourth. That was a gear change, not a problem at all. Look at that. It just picks up so quickly and it sounds lovely. Well, when we stop and have a little chat about it, we'll let you hear the sound of the engine again. Up into fifth gear. And it's working out, obviously, as an automatic, it's deciding what gear you got to be in. So easy, it's very, very light. Although it's quite a heavy bike, when you're sort of wheeling it around, you think, oh, that's not as light as I would imagine. You think, because you're obviously thinking of all the fairing is scooter, but it is the same as the NC750. But it's so easy, so flickable. I mean, the handlebars are a nice position apart, a little bit wider than shoulder width for me. Elbows are nice and flexed. The knees are in a good position, and also when you're riding along, like, you know, if you were doing cruising, motorway riding or something like that, you can put your legs really quite far forward, which is nice. You know, you get on some bikes and you think, oh, this is going to be a grind. I was really happy when they said, would you like to do this again? Oh, I was like, yes, please. And like I said before, I really don't understand why I bought a motorbike when I changed my last bike. I really should be looking at sort of things like this, because it's got a huge carrying capacity. We've got our camera kit underneath the seat. You can buy panniers for them. They would take soft panniers easily. It's a lot of fun. Now the screen I've got in front of me, I don't want to start messing around with it now, but it's a really bright screen, white, and it's got a rev counter on it, but it tells you the speed you're going. You've got a gears and a gear indicator, the fuel gauge, tells you what your trip is, the miles the bike has done, how many miles to the gallon you're doing at a particular moment. So on the handlebars, you've got all these switches here. You've got the horn, you've got a mode switch. I wonder what the mode switch is. Let's press the mode switch and see what happens. You can have it in rain, user, sport. Let's try sport. Standard, rain, sport again. Let's try the sport, see what happens there. What's the worst that can happen? We'll give it a whirl in sport. So second gear. It's lovely. It's lovely. Suspension's a little bit hard on it, which is not what you would imagine, I think, for a scooter. It's not hard, that's the wrong word to use. It's firm. And that's good, because maybe that's just firmed up because it's in sport mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it back down into standard and see if there's any difference there. Maybe a bit softer, but on our last video when we spoke about this and did a walk around it and a talk about it, that was where we explained all the stuff it's got. So we have to talk about the sort of things that people are interested in. Is it a commuter? Absolutely, it's a commuter. You can buy those big sacky things that you see in Europe, where they sit inside them so they're nice and dry. The weather protection is good from this anyway. Let's go. Okay, so in the standard mode it picks up reasonably quickly, not as quick as the sport mode obviously. Overtakes are easy on it though. So let's get back. So commuting, absolutely fantastic. You can put your bag underneath the seat, you could strap it onto the seat because they've got sissy bars you can use things like rock straps to strap your stuff down on, which would be ideal. As a touring bike, well, it's a 750cc engine, so yes, obviously you can tour on it. We've had people on tours who've used these types of bike scooters, like a Bergman 650 I think it is. We had a couple on there. They were away, did the Alps tour and a tour of Italy, and they were going up the Stelvio, overtaking road bikes on it 2 up. So that's how good these things are. So yes, you can tour on it. If you're on your own, absolutely no problem at all. Your passenger would definitely be comfortable on this kind of bike. Absolutely be comfortable. Would you take it around the world? Oh, yeah, of course you can. I mean, people have done it on all sorts of bikes, haven't they? And the thing about a Honda is it's such a big company and they're so worldwide franchised, if you want. If you broke down anywhere, you know you're going to get a Honda bit somewhere. You know, someone will be able to get them for you. Even with all its technology, you're still going to be able to find something to, you know, somebody to fix it for you. I would imagine, having worked all over the world and seen, you know, how people fix things, it's probably better to have something that everybody's sort of familiar with, the word Honda, you know, to fix, rather than perhaps something a little bit more specialised. If it breaks down, you're going to have a part sent out to you. Now, what would it be like for a weekender? It'd be awesome as a weekending bike, wouldn't it? You know, if you're working in a city, using it as a commuter, bin all your commuter stuff, jump straight on it and you're off. No problem at all. It's ideal for filtering. It's not wide. It's designed for that kind of stuff, if you imagine, because it's just that kind of size and shape, and it's so easy to ride. I mean, it's well balanced. Before I'm stopping, I'm almost stationary before I actually put my foot down. So we're back in sport mode, and it catches up really quickly. It's staying in third gear for a while, which is a bit strange. Even though I'd accelerated up to 60 miles an hour and then dropped off, it still stayed in third gear. But if this is like any other of the DCT type stuffs we've driven, I think the computer on board is capable of working out what you're trying to do. I know that's certainly on the Africa Twin. That one will work out how you kind of ride and modify its gear changes accordingly. I just love it. It's so easy to drive. The hardest thing is when you're starting to accelerate and you can feel your left foot going, oh, I should be flicking the gear up now, and you don't have to. So yeah, there's definitely a difference between the suspensions. Look at that, that's how good it is for filtering. Didn't even have to brake then. Lots of protection from this windscreen. Somebody laughed at me calling the wing mirrors before, but the rear view mirrors are awesome. Nice long reach on them, and they get a good view. You know, all I can see is the edge of the handlebars through them. Look at this, the Forza 750, which is we've reviewed previously. There were a few comments saying we'd like to see it being ridden, so I've ridden it. We're here in our favourite spot with a no parking sign. No poking. No poking. That's another lay-by up the road. Yeah, so we just wanted to do a quick video of what it rides like and how chat about it riding and all that kind of stuff. Can't remember any of the figures, but they're on the previous video where we did it with the NC 750. We did a combined ride with the two. It's the same engine, and there we go. So sorry for the hat, but you'll notice that I took a huge chunk out of my head the other day in the shed. So let's get on. But one of the things people wanted to speak about was what it sounds like.
Oh.
Switch it on is just a button, press of a button. The key is a remote key. Look at that. As I explained, we've got all these different modes. I'm trying to find one now. Mode somewhere. There it is.
The button says
you've got rain, user, so you can define whatever you want. And sport, I had it in sport. It's really nice in sport. But anyway, so let's start it. Look at that. How quiet is that? Like I said on the way here, that I don't know why we're buying motorbikes, and I really don't know why I bought my last bike, because every time I get on these I get off with a big stupid grin. Like we say in the Navy, you grin like a 3-badge rock ape, because this is so much fun. It really is. I mean, it's just an awesome ride. Screen's brilliant. It's been a bit wet today, but the screen works fantastically. The mirrors, and somebody laughed because I called them wing mirrors, but what are they?
I don't know.
Well, the wing mirrors are on your wings, aren't they? They're awesome.
Well,
you can see.
They aren't on your wings, are they?
Well, they are now, because I've said they are. Loads of controls. It's a really smooth gear change as you're riding along. You don't even know it's changing. It works out what it's doing, and it just does it, you know. And it's as soon as you ask for a bit of power in the sport mode, bosh, there it is. You're off and gone. So I really like it. Huge. Did I say huge? Huge seat. Receptacle thing underneath.
Yeah, with its own light.
It takes a helmet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got its own light. Amazing.
I can just imagine this white with RiderCamTV Mark written on the back, and RiderCamTV and Toby on the back. Perhaps Honda could sponsor RiderCamTV.
Can I just clarify that? We'd have one each, not one with Mark and Toby on, because that would be, like, you know, we're not doing that.
Sharon and
So
I quite like one of those XADVs.
You would?
Yes.
There's the fuel, goes under there, which Mr. Steve filled up for us because we ran out after driving it about 5 metres. It's just so nice, so comfortable to ride. It's lovely suspension. In sport, suspension's a bit harder. In normal mode, it's just nice. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed the ride, because I did. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.
Fabulous.